the Bucks know how to shine. Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers.
Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine.
Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. Go Bucks! Give a cheer for the Buccaneers.
Stand up.
Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. Go Bucks!
Because we know we're on the top.
We stand up! Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine. Oh, that's okay. We can go around because we know we're on the top. We stand up and shout.
Go Bucks.
And we're back once again. It's the weakest four. Oh, there's only three of us.
The weakest.
The weakest of four.
Yeah.
It is a crazy, crazy time now in the NFL. It's also a crazy, crazy time at the Pick Last Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It is 95 fucking degrees on October 2nd.
Yeah. What is going on here? There was a prime meme going on where it was like, weather's not so bad for July 93rd.
Yeah, right.
That's what it's been.
That Greta Thunberg girl is really upset with us now.
Yeah. Man. It's like Tampa Bay won, so New York has to feel like fucking Tampa Bay
Just
now.
get it hot and sweaty and humid.
Like,
Just left the
I
weather.
thought I left this in Florida.
No.
And it's sticking with us. It's not going anywhere.
Out of all
can sufficiently blame you for all
Yeah,
this.
pretty much. This is my fault, guys.
Heatwave Andrew.
But from what I believe, this is the last day of this.
We'll find
From
out.
what I'm seeing, it's looking like we're going down after this to 60s, 50s. I'm even seeing a low of 49 one night. It's going to get
baby.
chilly.
You guys are hating me, but I want this to continue for about 3 more weeks. I got peppers to grow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way,
That's true.
let's get it in. So in the Parker Palladium
You
here,
might have noticed that's not Mikey.
it's not Mikey. Mikey's
Yeah.
out here. He was last week. He's out there shaking and baking for the G Fuel community.
Mikey actually caught kissing Sam Darnold, and he's been out for 2 weeks with mono.
That's right. His spleen inflamed.
Yeah.
And
He is cleared for non-contact at Comic-Con, but
but
I don't want people going to Comic-Con now and thinking he has mono. Like, you can't go to the big deal. This is a joke. This is not real.
all the 3
He's
people that
still
listen to
sterile.
us are like, oh, they're going to Comic
Yeah,
Con now.
yeah. Well, people know we mentioned he works for G Fuel.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone not
Spread
feeling like
like
they
that.
can go to the G Fuel booth.
Yeah,
Like, that guy's
it's-
mono, so it's a
What are you
joke.
doing
We're
here,
kidding. Yeah.
All right, so here we got myself. It's Bryan. Over here we have Andrew, and over there we have
Bobby.
Bobby.
How's it going, guys?
He's our friend. He's been trying to break down the door to joining us on the show to talk about his beloved Baltimore Ravens.
Boy, did
Did
you...
we have to pick this week to do it, though?
Yes, we did.
yeah, right? I was like, oh, we got Bobby on the show, and then the Ravens just kind of...
It wasn't really the Ravens. Yeah, it was. Their defense really kind of just let the Browns score on the end.
We can just summarize it with the Browns beat us.
Yeah.
That's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, you could let actually Nick Chubb beat you. The Browns were just there for the ride.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That brick shit house just coming in every single
He
chance
is
he
a
got.
monster. So we're going to talk about a couple of games this week, like we always do. We're going to break it down a little fun, have a little fun, talk a little fantasy, talk a little, Andrew gave you the rundown of what we do normally, right?
Yep.
Cool. So Bobby's got some notes.
Did you see the man's, essay of
I know,
notes? I told him what we do.
I come prepared.
Yeah.
It could be, I always think when people have notes, it's like the old Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, where it's like Homer Simpson writes, just all work and no play make Homer a dull boy, and then at the end it's feeling, or at the beginning, feeling fine.
That's just most of page 2.
Seeing
Okay.
how prepared you are right now makes me feel like next year we have to get you on preseason Palooza.
Oh,
When
talk about the North.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
talk
Because
about
that's
the South.
that's when we do notes, and then regular season we're like, all right, fuck it,
Okay,
the work's done. Now
20
we
minutes. 20 minutes before I
just
get here, it's
schlubber around
oh,
football.
all right.
Yeah, we're like, what happened this week? I don't know.
Well, I haven't been able to keep up with football this season between class, work, and actually dealing with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So
Let's get into it. Break breaking down all the personal stuff.
Right here in Picked Life Psychology.
That's right.
We're getting into it.
As long as it has a P, we're talking about it.
There you go. No, but like I figured I'd come here prepared. I wasn't really able to like catch up on the games until like yesterday, so I just like kind of dove in and saw what I could out of the few games that we were going to go over. And also, you know, I have my little team of fantasy that I'm keeping as my babies.
There you go. All right.
And that's always the way to do it when you have fantasy. If you're not catching all the games, because it keeps you invested in all the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's a stemming thing. Because you see like, oh, how's my guy doing, and then you kind of like look at like, oh, well, the fucking Chiefs are gonna kill him. Like, all right, yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Makes you really pay attention to the league.
Yeah, it's fantasy sports is a global event, not just a local event.
No.
So, all right. So this week we got a couple of games keyed up.
Sponsored by DraftKings.
Yeah, right. MyBookie.org. If you want to lose some money, lose some money.
Well, there's a little bit of I think we have a little bit of news to talk about.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A little bit of stuff going on in the league.
Some shit went down.
Yeah.
Vontaze Burfict is out for the entire year, and everyone's losing their fucking mind over it.
Yeah, that's been a big talking point this week.
There's two camps about it. There's a lot of older players and some media guys are saying like, oh, this hit was violent and he deserves to be out of the league for the year because he's over 30. He might not be playing for the rest. Like his career might be over. Mm-hmm. So they think this suspension is fine. Then there's a lot of people who are like, this is bullshit. Why is he getting such like a harsh sentence? He made a mistake in the heat of battle. And then there's also the camp of, do you see this motherfucker's track record? I mean, come on.
That's what I think it is the track record. Because there's something we're going to talk about next,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, you would think if one then the other of
right.
like, if you're going to make the attack here, why isn't this attack considered as serious? And it's the track record.
Right.
It's because of how many things he's done in the past, and that builds up. You know what I mean? That counts.
They said Vontaze Burfict has been fined over $5.3 million.
Yeah.
And then there are people out there going like, oh, well, he shouldn't be suspended. Like, he's a dangerous guy.
Yeah.
There are players who, when it happened, were like, thank God. They went out and tweeted like, better late than never. And a lot of players have, they like it fucked Antonio Brown up completely. Yeah. He's never been the same guy after that hit on him.
Nope.
And it's a shame. I keep trying to look up the actual like hit itself, and I can't find it.
Oh yeah, I'll find it for you.
Yeah, we'll find it real quick.
Yeah, it's it was a pretty rough hit, but like the thing is, he lined it up. It wasn't like
an accident. It wasn't like the Eagles,
right,
where he fucking killed his own teammate. That one was brutal, and I almost forgot about that. Was
this like a premeditated Ray Lewis hit?
Oh yeah. It wasn't quite Bounty Gate, but it was.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was. When it turned out.
Man, I just totally remembered that Eagles defender killing his teammate this week. Now,
yeah.
that was a thing.
Okay.
And you heard that hit. So yeah, while he's showing the video, like I was saying, it's while we and you've heard it if you've been listening to the show, you've heard it where it's like we don't agree with all the decisions that the NFL makes. They do a lot of shit that we think is stupid. For example, it seems like you get way more of an offense if you smoke weed rather than hit your girlfriend. But because of their track record, you got to look at it as they are a private corporation, and they are able to do whatever they feel is right. They don't have to answer to any like laws or anything like that.
No, yeah. In the collective bargaining agreement, they gave Goodell
all the power. Yeah.
So I mean, that helmet to helmet right there, that he could have
fucking seriously killed him.
Yeah. Like,
he could have
paralyzed on the ground.
Yeah. Jack Lowe was. I think he made a catch and he was on his knees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he put one leg up to kind of stand up. So he's textbook defenseless receiver.
Yeah. He's in prime CTE position for a hit like
and
that.
And then Vontaze Burfict took like one of the hardest parts of the helmet at the crown,
ducked down
and just right into his. It's a tough hit. Do you think that the NFL got the suspension right? Do you think it's a year? Do you think he should have maybe got like 10 games?
I wouldn't. No, I don't know if it's exactly right. I would say I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I would agree with me. I mean, at that point though, like 10 games were already in week 4. Like that's the season pretty much. Unless they make a playoff run.
Season.
Yeah.
And if they do make a playoff run, you want to reward someone that did that with then being in the playoffs.
Well, he's on the Raiders, so who else
yeah, exactly. But
I feel like they
know.
definitely made an example of him.
Exactly.
Like, when you have that kind of like, he has so much time to line up just maybe not even a normal tackle, but like get the man down without
could have pushed him.
Yeah, without
easily.
trying to like spear him helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
When we've spent years upon years going no helmet to helmet, no helmet to helmet, and then that's exactly what he does the first chance he gets in that scenario. I mean, that's just bad decision making, and you have to punish him for it.
I would agree.
No, 100%. I mean, yeah. I think this is right. No matter what, like even if, it's at this point of the season, it's done. He's over.
Yeah.
Because if they gave, because if you think the Kareem Hunt, when he kicked that girl, he only got 8 games, so that would have brought him to week 12, and the Raiders are done by week 10. So, let's
cashed out.
Yeah, they're all done. They'll be lucky if they, I mean, I know they stole a win against Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It was a big surprise, and I'm shocked that it even happened. But I don't think they have a playoff life. But Vontae, him being done for the year, fine.
Yeah.
If he tries to come back and the team signs him, he has to be on like the shortest leash whatsoever.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's no.
How old is he?
30.
All right, so he can still play.
30-year-old linebacker.
I don't know if he'd necessarily be done, but definitely at that age, it's not like getting that
He could
a
sign with
year
the
on
XFL
like
now.
23, 24, Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
see what happens.
So speaking of fights,
Let's
let's move on to the next one with Bobby's Ravens.
Yeah, the Baltimore beats
Yep. Little back and forth
Crab
action
cakes
there.
choke.
God. Like
Odell
everything-
getting choked out on the field. The Browns saying, how did this guy not get fined or suspended? Just look at the video. Clearly he was choked.
Yeah.
The Ravens saying, well, Odell hit him first. Odell should get suspended or fined for throwing a punch.
Yeah,
know?
I think Odell held his face mask and wouldn't let go, and because the Ravens released a video of another side of the fight.
Yeah.
Where you could see Humphries is clearly like grabbing like the collar, not his neck.
Right.
So when they fall, it looks like it goes up to his neck. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of.
It's always heated in this kind of like, especially when the Ravens are already in like shitting on themselves at that point. They're probably not in the best mood, and what's going to happen when you have a bunch of testosterone-filled dudes getting into scuffles? It's not going to end well.
Yeah.
Not to say that's the way he
It's
should
not
have
an
responded.
excuse.
No,
No.
hell no.
That's like, it reminds me of, you remember when the Seahawks threw that pick, like at the end of the Super Bowl?
Right.
And then New England, there was like a fight that broke out in the field. It's like,
Yeah.
levels are high, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
there's stakes. So in a divisional game like that, stakes are running high.
Football fights are always weird to see on.
Yeah.
Because it's not like baseball fights where they have to like run in and like everyone kind of just like poses off. Like these guys are fucking just on top of each other.
Yeah.
And if something's like not like, I think because they got enough angles and enough like coverage of it, they made the right call.
Yeah.
Because
I think so.
it doesn't look like he choked him. I think Odell kind of flailed around a little bit.
Yeah.
But also, you got to be careful. And I mean,
To me, it seemed a little less severe than
yeah,
the perfect stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, whatever. But still worth mentioning.
Yep.
I thought,
Yeah, no, there was a point of the game like they didn't put it on any NFL highlight package like
yeah.
they kind of
And it's
they
almost
kinda
a thing
buried
to
it,
me.
Kind
and
of swept under the rug.
yeah.
This isn't me like shitting on Odell because we stand Odell.
Yep.
Like to me, it's like the same thing as Perfect. Of like, well, you could look at the track records here. I don't remember the guy in the Ravens' name.
It's something
Humphries.
Yeah.
How many times has he gotten in a fight on the field, and how many times has Beckham gotten in a fight on the field? You know what I mean?
Right.
That tells you a little bit more of the situation there. Like Odell has fought Josh Norman. He's
Right.
there was someone else he got into it with. I don't remember who it was.
He gets into it with a lot
Yeah,
of people. A lot of
yeah.
people tee
You know
off
what,
they all kind of go after Odell because
The
they
thing
know
is, he's
a
very
little hot-headed.
He's very vocal.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys go back and forth with him. And a lot of guys, like you said, with levels are high and testosterone's running, they're not with that.
No.
There was, who were they playing? I think it was the Rams and Talib.
Right.
And he joked like, "Oh, I didn't wear my chain today."
Right.
And Talib was joking with him. He's like,
Right.
"Oh, I see." Like, funny.
Right.
But if you don't really know him like that and he's saying that to you,
Yeah.
it's gonna piss you the fuck off. You know what I mean?
That spur of the moment retaliatory like mood.
Yeah.
It just happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
I mean, it almost goes back to an age-old Sunday football thing, where that we played with those kids we didn't know, and they were calling me like fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
You remember? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
y'all said that, it's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't
like
know that.
strangers.
So it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
who the fuck are you? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like
There's a whole
you don't.
different level.
Yeah, just watch what you say to people.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to, I think.
Oh man.
So speaking of fight clubs,
Fight Club.
I think I know what game I want to start with. Because I told you I wanted to bring it. It was more so about the situation than the game I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I want to go to Giants Redskins.
All right, get it out of the way.
Now, the
Is it
Giants.
the one thing you don't have notes on?
No, I haven't, and it
Okay.
was just watching that was like watching like a slow motion train wreck for the Redskins.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are not in a good place this year.
I think everybody does not like each other on that team.
There's I forgot where I heard it. It was on a Giants podcast. And they know somebody who works within the Redskins organization.
Right.
And they said, we'll pick the last scoop for you here, I guess from that show or whatever.
So
it's not a well-known thing I haven't heard.
Last 10
but-
information.
not something I've heard floating around everywhere, but
Right.
apparently at the start of this football season, that organization told Gruden, anyone that's hired or fired is going through us. Like, he is not in full charge of that right now.
Oh, no.
Which tells you he is probably gone very, very soon.
Yeah,
And he knows
he
that.
I mean, with that kind of record, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, no. Jay Gruden, he's famously known to have all like the hot young coordinators work for him. Like he had
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan, he had fucking Rain Man out in L.A. What's his name?
McVay.
McFraud, as I call him. He's not as smart as I think.
There's something later on I got to talk about the Rams.
Okay.
It's going to kill you.
Yeah. So yeah, he had these guys, and like they had obviously with being just offensive, like kind of like the new wave offensive coordinator. They had a lot of good plays. They had like everything was successful. They had Kirk Cousins and RG3. Well, no, RG3 wasn't playing for them. So they had Kirk Cousins playing. I think Gruden had
Gruden had RG3.
Gruden had. That's right. He ran him out of town.
Yeah,
because he didn't like him.
That's why there was that funny picture in preseason this year where it was RG3 like shaking hands after the game with Haskins,
Right.
and it had said "get out," like Jordan Fields "get out," and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, but I honestly like when they put in Haskins, I put it on our Twitter. I go, so Haskins is in, but this is not going to save Gruden's job.
No,
Like when Shermer put in Daniel Jones, that gave him at least another year cushion. Like because that was all right. Now this is meant to be, but because how Haskins came in and because of how Haskins and Gruden get along, which I don't believe they do, this is just only going to get Gruden out faster.
to me, I think even from the start of the season, I think Gruden was in way more of a hot seat than Shermer ever was.
Yeah.
I don't think Shermer was in trouble for his job this year.
I was thinking because when you put in a rookie quarterback, you get like a buffer season.
It's like this is your guy.
Yeah,
I know what
Like,
you mean.
You get this and then one more season.
Flacco.
But to me, it feels like you said, where all these offensive minds came in this organization.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the owner of that team, you're looking at this and saying, I had all these guys in the building, and this is what my team is producing right now.
then-
I let all of them go.
You'd have to look at Daniel Schneider as a smart person, and he is.
Well, that's what I'm
not a
saying.
smart
Not so
person.
much.
But
Not a smart
he's going to
person.
look inward and be like, look at what I had here and what I didn't.
They had so
Seize
much
the day
talent
on.
on this team. And they just
Someone's
never-
going under the bus.
And it's Gruden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, going into this week, they said that Haskins wasn't even considered to start, and that Colt McCoy would be the starter if it wasn't Case Keenum.
Right.
And everybody was like, are you a fucking idiot?
Yes.
So he then said, oh, I'm the fucking idiot? Here you go, guys. Here's Haskins. And he was not ready.
No.
They threw him to the wolves.
Yeah.
And boy, it looked bad.
I feel like it was a great way to they punctuated the game. It started with a deflected pass for an interception, and it ended with a deflected pass for an
Yes.
interception.
Yeah.
Haskins realized his NFL dream. His first touchdown pass was to a Giant. That's what he wanted.
It is unfortunate because I know I was on the show and I said I liked Dwayne Haskins. I would have preferred to have Dwayne Haskins over Daniel Jones. Then again, I'm not an NFL expert here.
To me, this isn't a Haskins problem.
It's a Gruden problem.
Yeah, it's a Redskins problem.
Yeah.
There was so much more
got
beyond
f-
just Haskins, between the line, their inability to make 2 yards on the goal line, there was just a laundry list.
That offensive
of
line was
problems.
trashed. I mean,
Now-
they were getting penalties left and right.
That's what, like,
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to make a point, like, oh, it's not just the interceptions, between the turnovers, the fumbles, the inability to move the ball on a goal line, the penalties.
Yep.
Like, there was no one thing that went wrong with the Redskins team. It was literally everything.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this question. So let's say John Gruden fired.
Jay.
Crazy thought. Oh, yeah, John. So I'm so used to talking about John Gruden on
Right.
the show. Let's say Jay Gruden fired, right? Mm-hmm. They bring in a new coach. You got to assume they're going to be in a top 5, top 10 draft pick. Is Haskins destined for the same route as Josh Rosen?
No.
You don't think so?
Because I think Daniel Schneider likes Dwayne Haskins. I think the owner likes Haskins, so he's staying. Because I think that's... Because like you said...
I'm saying, let's say they're in a spot next year, 2 was on the board.
I don't think
you don't think they're interested
I
in
don't
trying
think
to get draft picks?
I don't think so.
I try to send Haskins to Miami or something?
I think they look... No, because I think the thing is... Because like how you said, like it does make sense that Gruden, like anybody in, anybody out, goes through management.
Yeah.
So Haskins is through management. It's not through Gruden. So that's their guy. So they're gonna bring in a coach that's like, you got this guy. Well, I don't run that system. Well, you don't have the job.
So you think it's more akin to maybe like a Jared Goff, where he had his first year with Jeff Fisher.
Yep.
Was like 8-8, and then McVay came in and
It's like I could work with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one thing I wanted to bring this up because we talked about some fight clubs going on. I don't know if you guys saw after the game the Landon Collins,
Julius Peppers.
Jabril Peppers.
Jabril?
I'm all over the place.
Julius Peppers.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Jabril Peppers scuffle. I don't know if you saw that happen. So a little backstory if you're not following all the news. This offseason, the Giants let Landon Collins go. Didn't want to pay him. We let him go. When we traded Odell to the Browns, one of the picks we got back was Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers now playing Landon Collins' position, wearing Landon Collins' number because he also wears 21.
Right.
So, after the game, you had Jabril Peppers, who had a pick six in MetLife, was the real breakthrough game for him. Shermer pulled him to the side. They were lovey-dovey.
Real nice moment.
Collins was, I think, a little salty. And I think there was some words exchanged between the two of them after the game.
Yeah.
And the two teams kind of had to come in and, break them up. Shermer said after the game that, because he and Gruden are friends, they've known each other a long time, and they were kind of talking post-game, and he said Gruden just turned, he's like, hey, look, fight. That was their casual, oh, what's going on over there?
That's like somebody's like, oh, hey, look, a murderer.
Yeah.
It's cool, kill me.
Just keep walking.
Yeah. So I think Collins, a little heated, obviously a team that didn't want him,
Right.
let him go. Now he's in a position where he's 0-4 again, kind of where the Giants have been for a while,
Well,
and he sees his old team thriving,
Right.
and a guy in his position wearing his number, showing him up.
Yeah, well, I think
That's hard not
Yeah.
to take it personally.
I think Peppers wore 20 in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And that's Jack Rabbit's number.
Yeah, so he went 21.
Yeah. I think if he's that salty, maybe he should have realized that because he's going to be playing the Giants twice this year.
Yeah.
And he probably thought we're going to be better. Blah blah blah. The Giants are probably
Probably with all of us when they picked Daniel fucking Jones, we got Haskins.
He could have signed somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that would have been fine.
Well, you know what it is? His favorite NFL player is Sean Taylor.
No,
they actually, when he signed with them, the owner gave him one of Sean Taylor's actual jerseys.
Oh shit!
As thank you for coming here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I got love for Landon Collins.
Right.
Like you said, I can understand being a little upset at that. You know what I mean? See,
there's
you see your ex-girlfriend really happy with the new guy. You're a little salty. You know what I mean?
I would be more salty with my team for being that bad.
Of course.
I would be I'd get in fucking Gruden's face or whoever the offensive or the defensive coordinator is. Is you let Wayne Gallman have a pretty good game. That passing touchdown, he just walked to the side and no one.
Yeah.
The guy
he was like, Jones, come here, I'm open.
It's hey buddy.
Yeah.
I think the outside linebacker just looked at him and then looked at Jones and was like, oh, there's I could get there.
Yeah.
And then just broke off his coverage and he's like, all right, cool.
It's almost like from the week before when we played the Bucks and they just parted the seas for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
it was like they filled that and forgot to go after the running back now. So
yeah. I think I do feel bad for Landon Collins that he's gonna his biggest contract is with the worst team and the team that's run the worst. They're not it's not just it's just we're purposely being bad. It's they're bad because they're incompetent.
Yeah.
And it just I mean, I don't know. I miss Landon. I hope he does well, but also you could have signed with the Chargers. You could have signed with the Rams.
Yeah.
You could have signed anywhere.
Yeah.
You picked this. You could have signed with the Browns. They had cap space.
You chose your future.
You chose this.
It's one of those things that I'm always so intrigued when players enter contracts where it's like money versus desire to win.
Yeah.
It's like, would you rather get paid the biggest contract and play for the fucking Redskins? Or would you rather get paid less money and go to the Patriots? You know what I mean? It's like, you see what players, sometimes their motivations are.
I mean,
not everybody's the same.
It could be one of those, when someone's that narcissistic, I'm not necessarily saying he is, but there are scenarios where a player might be that narcissistic going, well, when I get to this team, I'm going to make it amazing.
Yep. And to be a player, I think you have to have that faith in yourself.
Yeah, and also on paper you have Collins, Josh Norman, and a couple other decent pieces.
You have a stud quarterback you just got. You know what I mean?
You're kind of like, all right, well, this is maybe a quick turnaround, and then you get there and it's like, oh my god,
they're wonderful pieces, but they're jigsaw pieces to 6 different boxes.
It's like you look at an apartment on Zillow and you go, wow, this has a really nice bathroom and a really nice kitchen, and you realize it's just those 2 things.
That's all it is.
And there's just a giant fucking hole in the middle of the room, and it's like, oh god, no, what is going on? It's gonna take a lot more to get that hole filled before you could start actually seeing any production out of it. And speaking of a place that has a giant hole that's just eating money, let's talk about the Bears and the Vikings. Because Kirk fucking Cousins is not the guy.
I like that this is becoming a yearly tradition where Adam Thielen is like, I'm fucking over this guy.
Yeah.
It happened last year.
Yeah, it did.
He punched him in the stomach, like a quick thing in the stomach, like the fuck is wrong with you last year. And then this year again being like, well, when we run the ball 85% of the time, they're gonna learn to defend that, and we have to be able to pass it.
Yeah.
It was like, and you have to hit those throws.
I think Thielen had 2 catches for 6 yards in the game, and he's one of the top receivers in the NFL.
Yeah. The fact that they have... My PS4 just scarily turned on. That was horrifying.
Ghosts! Ghosts just want to play Destiny.
The spirit of Kirk Cousins is listening in on me. The fact that you have Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and Dalvin Cook, and your offense can put up 0 points.
And you have a defense that stops people.
Yeah. It's like you don't have those 3 pieces and lose to Chase Daniel.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we were talking about it before. Chase Daniel going into the Bears offense, really efficient.
Yeah.
Really knows that system.
I mean, I've said it on the
Bobby
show.
We were talking about when we were talking about Daniels and how he was kind of working with the Bears offense. You were talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. Keep going.
I'm not going to say your words. You start talking. That's what the thing's for.
I'm gonna be honest.
Thing.
I did the least amount of homework on the Bears game. I was able to watch that on the way over, and just I'm not gonna be able to name names or numbers, but being able to watch the Bears systematically just pull the Vikings apart while the Vikings couldn't do anything for the first 3 quarters.
Nope.
It was just Bears would do a decent job. I wouldn't call their offense an A. But I'd say
not
B-.
what it was last year.
No.
I'd say B- easily.
With Fangio being gone.
They got on the board. They got on the board consistently, whether it was field goals or if they actually took it in.
Yeah.
The Vikings just got shut down every single chance they got. And the Bears defense just knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a stark contrast compared to watching the Ravens get picked apart. That was heartbreaking.
No, yeah, because you knew that right away you beat Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was done.
Mm-hmm.
He did not look like he wanted to be there at the time.
It's another game where it's you need to show up, and Kirk Cousins doesn't show up.
He does. Yeah, he withers in the spotlight every fucking time. He has the worst primetime record out of any quarterback in the NFL.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think that division might be low key, quarterback wise, very overrated. One of the most overrated in the league. Well, because I'm also not big on Trubisky. And I've said it on the show.
A lot of people aren't big on Trubisky.
I don't think he's the guy.
No,
I think he's akin to a Jameis Winston, where he has those games where you put up monster numbers,
right?
But you are not getting that every week.
No.
And there are more times than not he can't get the job done.
I think with Biscuit isn't really bouncing back the way everyone thought he was gonna. He did very well last year, and everyone's like, okay, now next step, and it just seems like he's taking a step back, and it's not. it's
we
to
say
the
that,
detriment.
and then he's going to come back and have his 6-touchdown game that he had last year, and then go back to being
I think he separated his shoulder.
His non-throwing shoulder.
His non-throwing shoulder. So
it's not going to be a Rookie of the Year situation.
Right?
Where it's on the throwing shoulder, and he's going to start slinging bullets. Yeah, nothing wrong with that arm.
Yeah,
so no change
but
is coming.
I think they may if I don't know if he's going to be active this week. Probably not. They'll probably give him like at least.
No, I don't think he's active this week.
But I think if Chase Daniels wins another game, they may be like, take your time.
We might have little trouble in paradise there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I think Trubisky would still be the starter.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think he's a little overrated.
Yeah,
that's been my
stance.
Yeah,
because it is very like if you look at the NFC North now. Yeah, I know it's the Bears, the Packers are tied at I think 3-1 each.
Yeah.
The Lions, man.
The Lions are sneaky.
The Lions, if they just finished the job and beat Arizona, they'd be tied for first place.
I think I could see them win the division this year.
Matty Patty.
I think it might be years for Stafford.
Oh, yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford he's looking really good.
You know what it is, man? They got him a great tight end that he's needed for a while. Because him and Ebron never really connected.
No.
And him and Hawkinson seem to have a repertoire. Galladay, Kerryon Johnson.
Yeah, as long as they use them, you know.
Marvin Jones Jr. Like they're booming. You know what I mean?
That defense is pretty good. Unfortunately, they faced the Chiefs this week, and that's another game that we had highlighted.
Yeah.
It's just that it seemed that the Chiefs, instead of the week before where they got all their points early, and then just kind of held off, they kind of got all their points late.
I mean, to be fair, we want to say like the defense was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They had Mahomes pretty in there. Like everything was rushing. Did he have a passing touchdown at all? No, I don't think he had one the whole game.
It was 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. And to me, I think that says great things about both the Chiefs and the Lions, because for the Lions, it's like they really stepped up against a team that, by all means, should have been in the Super Bowl last year,
right?
And a team has not skipped a beat this year with keeping on
still
track for that.
Ball, yeah.
And for Pat Mahomes, they found a way to neutralize him, and he still found a way to win.
Yeah.
And that is what the good ones do.
Yeah, that's true.
To be honest.
I mean, I will say in regards to that game, even though it was a fairly high-scoring game, like 64 points, like there was still a lot of like defense going on. Like the amount of strips, the amount of interceptions, just the turnovers were just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point in time, within like a 3-4 minute period, there were like 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
And like overall, I feel like between the two, Mahomes and Stafford, Mahomes really he had a good game, but I don't think that the Lions really had I don't think they put forth the same kind of defense that Stafford had to deal with. I feel like the Chiefs really put up something that Stafford had to really just try to pick apart.
Yeah.
I think Stafford did he was doing a lot of quick throws. I know he made this one really crazy throw in between 3 defenders.
Yeah, he threaded it so many times.
But that's also I feel like Stafford's he's the cagey veteran now in the NFL,
which is so weird to think.
But out of all the quarterbacks that are before him or after him, you can't be well, that seems like if he's like a Drew Brees or a Phillip Rivers. Those are.
I was gonna say he's very akin to a Phillip Rivers to me.
Because you could see him why would you fit a throw into there? It's well, because I got the fucking arm for it. That's why.
He's the cagey veteran who's vying for that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
It's he's dragging this team, and I know his contract might be up soon, or I think he might be up. So
I can't see him not ever playing for the Lions.
I think Detroit might hold on to him. I
hope so.
Because
he's definitely still got some.
He's got some juice.
They could sign him to a 3-4 year, and then that's it. That's what he's getting.
But I think he's got a very strong arm. He leads that team. You don't hear anything Matthew Stafford's he's not a good leader. It's more of just everything else around him kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
If the Lions defense can pick it up and maintain, I think Stafford will easily put him in the playoffs.
I would like to see. I would love
to see the Lions make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because
that'd be good for the town. I feel like Detroit needs kind of a win.
Yeah.
Economically.
One thing I do really love about Kansas City, both last year and this year, is I feel like they have such a high flying offense, and their defense really isn't the best.
Yeah.
That every game lends itself to there's going to be a shootout, and it's just fun because it almost brings out the best in every other quarterback they play.
Yeah.
Where they have to keep up. and the defense kind of allows them to keep up.
Like
you know what I mean?
56,
Like it's
I feel
yeah,
I feel like hopefully after their bye week, I wish, I kind of hope Andy Reid gets that defense to lock it in, because you can't do that when it's like super serious football.
Exactly.
It's like you can't be like, oh, all right, let's let the Patriots stick in this game.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Step on their throat.
Yeah.
And just end the game.
Yep.
Like,
well, last year they had like that one fucking offside, which like cost them like
Yeah.
the entire playoffs. It was
Yeah.
like, God damn it. But
because they put them in field goal range, right?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
exactly. Speaking of games that put up a lot of points,
Yeah.
though,
Oh boy.
I think it's time to head down. Actually, no, they weren't
Head
in
out,
Tampa
yeah,
Bay.
head
Yeah.
out west.
Yeah, I thought they were in Tampa Bay. We're heading out west
Always
for
in-
Rams Bucks.
Rams Bucks.
Because my God, what a game!
Jameis Winston wants that contract. Baby.
Yeah.
Or, God, between him and Godwin, like
Yeah.
they were a match made in heaven that entire game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I don't
if
know how
somebody
he
named
wasn't
Godwin
double
in the
covered.
Tampa.
Godwin was a guy I really wanted to target in fantasy this year.
Yeah.
And just like the position I drafted from, it just didn't happen. But he was like a guy I wanted.
Yeah.
Like I knew with Bruce Arians coming in, I knew he was going to be a guy they were going to light up.
Yeah, Jameis really's taken to within the last, with the 2-2 now. So yeah, he's doing really well.
Yeah.
I think if the Giants, if they didn't open up the fucking seas for the Giants.
Yeah.
Plus they have Shaq Barrett, who's one of the best players in the league right now,
Yep.
and I like.
They have a great defensive line.
Yeah.
With Vita Vea and Damakin Sue.
Yep.
Like it's looking great over there.
JPP.
Yep.
I think JPP.
No, he's
still
out right now.
still
Yeah.
has neck injury.
But that's the thing. They
Yeah.
could have JPP. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I was also a fan of like powerful kickers, and like the first 58-yard field goal, I was like, wow, damn, what a kick. And then the second 58-yard field
Yeah.
goal.
They had a lot of making up to do after they missed the one against the Giants.
Yeah.
So they really had to get those kickers going. Something about Tampa Bay and kickers, man. Like it never really.
never sticks.
Yeah. But
The curse of the Grammatica curse.
the thing is like it's a very in the NFL. It's always about like what's happening now. So coming into Week 1, when it was like Jameis Winston wasn't like Aaron Rodgers,
Right.
and it was like, oh well, I guess Bruce Arians can't fix him, and
Right,
it's
yeah.
like, give it time, like let the season happen.
Yeah, I love how fucking just cagey they are, man.
Yeah, they it feels like a team with a little bit of fire in them this year.
Yeah, even us, we said that they wouldn't be good. Like we kind of
Yeah,
wrote them off.
I thought it was a complete transition year where I thought Bruce Arians would have a good team, but I didn't think he'd want Jameis Winston as I think he would want to go and get a quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Bucks came together like they actually held the game pretty much the entire time, but then I feel like they almost lost control of the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And the Rams just started bringing it back, especially
It was scary.
That
It was
pick
like-
six.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Goff threw 68 times in the game, and because Todd Gurley could not run at all.
And most of the catches were in the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah.
I think they scored 20-some points in the fourth quarter, if not more. And
Yeah.
but if they would have brought that fierceness first quarter onward, this would have been an easy win for the Rams in my opinion.
Yeah.
But as someone from Baltimore, I know for a fact that you can't really always win games if you show up in the fourth quarter and that's it.
It's true.
Many times. We're only down by 30 guys. 4 straight touchdowns later, we're still down by 2. It's still a problem.
It's like we still need this fucking field goal.
And on the other side of the ball, I feel like the Rams have almost it feels like they've taken a little bit of a step back this year. Like they're still there. They're
Right.
still a great team. I think they're still going to be
A lot of their
playoff
wins
bound.
have been like the game against the Browns was messy as fuck.
Yeah,
they're not as
Goff's
clean.
been a little messy as fuck. And
Yeah.
the one thing I wanted to bring up, I don't know if you saw, there was a clip going around Twitter where Jared Goff literally stands there, zoning out, waiting for McVay to figure out what's happening and tell him what to do.
Well, that's what that.
He was not reading it.
Oh,
He's standing there
that's-
staring into space until McVay figured it out for him. And it was like, do this, do this, do this.
That was
And then he's like,
was
it
it?
was bad.
That was
He's staring into space.
in the Super Bowl against the
Yeah.
Patriots. That was their plan because you have 15 seconds to make your call, so the Patriots would not break their huddle after 15 seconds.
So then McVay.
So McVay couldn't go, oh shit, we
You
can't
couldn't
change-
tell him what to do.
Yeah, so they were like, all right, go ahead, be the wonder kid, whatever,
Yeah.
and they'll just take their time. And so the Patriots made them play their brand of football, and
Yeah.
instead of we'll figure it out faster. No, you just because pullback guy wasn't there.
Yeah.
Pullback guy knows.
Yeah.
He's too busy sexually assaulting
Pullback.
people.
Yeah. Pullback guy would have changed that Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I believe. So yeah, that was one of the games of the week, I would say. My two games of the week kind of flopped because I had Vikings Bears, and then Trubisky got hurt, so that game wasn't really what we expected it to be.
I forgot.
And then I forgot what my other game was, but I remember I was like, oh boy, this is not a good game.
I forgot. Hold on, I forgot who I picked.
I gotta look at the schedule. I'll tell you right now what my other game was.
I
believe it was another divisional game. So I gotta look that up. This is great audio entertainment.
Good podcasting,
where we fill the time by looking at the schedule.
Solid plan.
Well, yeah, my other game was Pat's Bills, which was okay.
No, that was
a good game.
Yeah, the fucking Bills are real.
You know what it was? That one was more like the score wasn't what I thought it would be. I thought the Pats would put it more on them. But yeah, Vikings Bears kind of sunk as my game of the week.
Yeah, that didn't stick. Kind of a dead end.
Mm-hmm. Once Trubisky went out, I was like,
Yeah.
But then it was actually a shitty game in the other direction. I was like, oh, Trubisky's gone. The Vikings got this. And then, nope.
Not so much.
And then now we get to play a very low morale Vikings. So I'm very excited.
Yeah. Which is good. No, yeah, it's good for the...
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, if you do the math, we beat Tampa Bay, and then Tampa Bay put up 55 points on the Rams. Therefore, the Giants are better than the Rams who went to the Super Bowl last year.
It's a transient, it's a transient property, yeah.
That's some sabermetrics for you. That's how those work. Was there any other games we wanted to talk about? I could pull up my list here.
No, I
don't have any more smooth transitions.
No, yeah, I don't have any clever things
overall,
to say.
I wanted to bring up watching the Redskins-Giants game. It really stuck out that the Redskins were just putting up such a bad game that even Jones was just running the ball, not even diving, and just dropping. He was throwing shoulders, 4 or 5 different plays. And he did not care.
I hate that he does that because he's done that the past 2 weeks too. And it's like he looks skinny enough to where I'm like, dude, please stop lowering your shoulders on defense. It'll be like if I did it. Right. You know what I mean? It'll be like if I lowered my shoulder into Bryan. I'm just like, please don't do that.
Slightly different figures.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, but that 10th time, please don't hurt yourself. But
shoulder comes popping out.
Eli could only teach him so much. Hey man, don't run.
Yeah,
man, don't run.
Yeah. Eli didn't teach him the crumple. That was a week 12 lesson, and Jones had to start.
Called in sick.
Yeah.
I still remember a time where Eli, I think it was against the Titans, and Eli ran the ball up the middle, and he was like, "Okay, I'm running." They had the lead, and then he dove forward with the ball, and he didn't have knees first.
Yeah.
And then he just dove with the ball first. And the point of the ball hit the ground and it knocked out of his hands, and so it was a fumble.
Yeah,
and it's and he's just sitting what the fuck?
He's like, it down. It was like, no, the ball hit you before your knee did.
It's shit.
Yeah.
That was a fucking messy time.
The last game we did want to talk about was your Ravens.
Yes,
Ravens and the Browns.
The Browns and the Ravens.
Yep.
Which
I actually didn't have that much. I actually just started to get physically sick to my stomach watching it, so I don't have a lot of notes on it.
I do like Lamar. I love Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I think he's a fantastic quarterback. I really think he is better than Baker Mayfield.
I think he's the standout of that class right now is Lamar.
I think the only reason why Baker looked good this week, Landry has
he has a Nick Chubb.
He has a Nick Chubb. But Lamar, a lot of the highlights I was watching, Lamar was moving in that fucking pocket, making people break their ankles and shit.
Absolutely.
It just said,
I think he broke a tackle, but couldn't go anywhere. Ended up getting tackled by the same person he broke out of.
He did this one run to the sideline to get a first down where he was just running full speed, and then a defender came and he just stops on the dime. The guy flies out of bounds and he takes one step to get a first down.
Yeah.
I was like, this kid is. I said
agile.
it every week. He's really good, and he's going to get better and better and better. Well, I think Baker, because that Browns offensive line is dog shit trash.
They're getting him killed out there.
Yeah, it just, good thing Nick Chubb
getting David Card.
I don't, Baker looked a little healthier this week. He made a lot of good throws, a lot of sharp, quick passes.
Mm-hmm.
There was his one interception. He tried doing that, that RPO fake the handoff, quick throw, and it's
just got scooped
right into a Ravens defender. It's yeah, we knew you were going to do that shit.
Yeah.
It's just overall, watching that game, Lamar Jackson definitely showed a lot of potential as he has been for a while. I noticed when we started him after getting rid of Flacco, or replacing Flacco with him.
When you broke his hip.
Yeah. His speed was ridiculous. and he could get out of pocket, he could stay maneuvering, and then every now and then he'd throw it, and it wouldn't be the most accurate thing in the world, but it would usually get the job done.
Yep.
And he's getting more and more accurate as
his mechanics are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at him throw, and if you try to like compare him to other like mobile quarterbacks in the past couple of years, so like a Manziel, a Vic, or a Tebow.
Yeah.
You look at how when it's a designed throw, you look at that Lamar. It doesn't look like Lamar is. When he's gonna throw, it doesn't look like he doesn't want to do it. Like he's like, okay, this is the pass I'm throwing.
Yeah.
He had the one touchdown he had to Andrews in the end zone. It kind of looked like he sailed it a little bit too much. So he's just got to learn that touch pass.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that minor amount of accuracy he needs to get back up.
Obviously, the most obvious comparison is to Vic because he was like one of the best to ever run that style.
Right.
But looking at Lamar Jackson, I feel like he's going to have that game in his career, kind of like when Vic played Favre in Green Bay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it was like, oh, it's Favre, it's Green Bay's no chance they could ever win. And just like that style, like he's going to have that game. You know what I mean? Like there was that one great play in that game where I remember Vic like broke a tackle that was like going to be for a loss, and then he got past everybody, got that first down, and everybody was blown away. Yep. And Lamar Jackson's going to have that.
Whenever they have their primetime game, it's going to be like, oh, fucking Lamar Jackson's no deal.
Yeah, man.
I think the Ravens definitely stole that one. I fucking love. I might get a Lamar Jackson jersey.
I think when we get to the pickies this year, I think he's going to make a candidate for MVP.
Oh yeah. Like as long as they keep winning, and I think with that division being as bad as it is, I mean Cleveland's mediocre. Pittsburgh is going to be Pittsburgh right now. They're not going to be good, but they'll be like, oh, we're they'll be a team in transition now. That's it. I think they'll be once because now Mason Rudolph got his first win.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, maybe we're done with Ben. Maybe he's our guy. And the fucking
no.
Yeah. I think Ben's done there. I think that he's gonna retire because a lot of if the Steelers manage to win 6 games this year, Ben's done. That's it. Yeah. And then who else is in the division? Oh, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Who I think their owner said like, what would it be like if Cincinnati didn't have a football team? Like it would be fine.
Yeah.
Like you could live.
There's yeah. Oof.
They'll move to London or some shit.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
The London Silly Nannies.
Yeah. Oh man.
Imagine being the more obscure of the Ohio football team.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Imagine actually making the playoffs every year and you still get the least coverage.
Yeah.
It's like you're not really.
We always talk about how we always forget about the Titans. Man, if I forget about the Titans, the Bengals.
Oh my god.
Completely off my radar.
Who?
Yeah. Like
the Bengals football Siberia.
Yeah.
Just,
that's what it is.
They don't
true.
They don't do any like AJ Green is not rushing
They've
back
just had
anytime
years.
soon.
They've had years of like the most like bland quarterback play, and like they had like Carson Palmer at like his worst,
Right.
and then like Andy Dalton, and it's just like what is next?
The only thing,
Mason Rudolph's gonna go have hell of a career in Cincinnati.
The most excitable, memorable thing I can think of the Bengals is literally just Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
then he
all I
wanted to
got.
get the fuck out of there as fast as he could.
Mm-hmm. Poor fucking AJ Green, man.
He's out. I
He's
know.
stuck on that team.
Well, I think
And like Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Joe Mixon's fucking.
Like,
Joe Mixon.
they have weapons, man. It's just like
There's nothing like they are so fucking. And I don't think any free agent wants to go there.
no. Why would you?
Yeah, it's just. They should
Relocate your family to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like,
No one wants to hear that.
so, sorry, Cincinnati listeners, but you're not exactly,
Lighten it up.
L.A. or
Even Cleveland.
yeah, like
Cleveland. At least
Cleveland
has,
rocks.
They have a song dedicated.
They
to
have
it.
the
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What does Cincinnati have?
The Reds.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
That's all they have.
That's all they have. Oh man.
Their number one export is the Reds.
The Reds.
Our one Cincinnati listener just shut it off. Right
Yeah, he's
here.
like, fuck you guys.
Who dat? No, it's Who dat? Who dat Bengals? No, it's Who Day. Who Day.
Who Day.
Who Day.
That's the thing. It's not even original.
Yeah.
You just took what the Saints did. Like, good God, get your own thing.
You're a kitty
talk
cat.
fantasy. Can we talk fantasy? I don't want to talk.
yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
to talk about the Bengals
Let's
anymore.
talk about the Bengals.
So, unfortunately, another big L for the team.
Ouch.
Danny Jones getting me the 2 interceptions, 14 points. Marquise Brown, 6 points. Miles Sanders losing all the runs to Jordan Howard now. McCole Hardman 0.9 points because the Chiefs couldn't do anything. We're in shambles. All right. However, I will not falter. Okay.
Do not give up.
Because this is what happens around week 5. All the teams that are winning, you got your 4-0 teams, your 3-1 teams, they start thinking the smaller teams are going to panic.
Check.
And they start trying to make you all these trades, trying to poach you, and you can't buy in. I got a trade today that I was laughed at, where I was offered Chris Carson from the Seattle Seahawks and Juju Smith-Schuster for Saquon Barkley. Never in a fucking million years would I do that.
Is that Curtis?
Nah, it was Edgar.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on, Edgar.
you tried doing me dirty, man.
That's not right.
Juju Smith, who's getting like double covered and has Mason Rudolph throwing to him,
Yeah.
and Chris Carson, who they're getting Rashad Penny back. He's going to split the work. Guy was going to be out of a job in the beginning of the year until Penny got hurt. And you want me to trade those two for Saquon Barkley, who's fucking Wolverine, and is, after like 2 weeks with a high ankle sprain, is already on the field practicing, doing jukes,
Yep.
and is en route to come back to play New England next week.
I called it.
You did.
I said I'd give him 3 weeks. They said when Barkley got out, it was going to be 4 to 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I could see it being 4 weeks,
Yeah.
but I really see it being 3 weeks.
Because he opted for a second opinion.
Yep.
They said no surgery. He said he was out for 2 weeks with that injury in college. And he's young, man.
His
He's
legs
not-
are like
he's not
goddamn
30.
trees.
Yeah, he's
He's-
fine.
And trees are pliable. Like
Yeah.
you could move a tree around.
We got a
In
little
general,
wiggle room.
yeah.
Yeah.
The wind
There's
blows a
wiggle
tree.
Man,
Exactly. There's wiggle room.
that shows you the spirit of Saquon Barkley, where he looks at what a marquee game that Pats game is going to be, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going to be back.
But I bet you if it was the other way around, if they lost those 2 games against the Bucks, he's like, nah, it's okay. I'll take my
Yeah,
time.
I'll take my time. We're not in
no
a
rush.
rush here.
It's
yeah.
not like the Jets
that's
trying
the
to
thing.
push Sam Darnold to the fucking
Yeah,
the
like,
Wolves.
come on, dude.
It's like, we're playing the Eagles.
Get out there.
I know your spleen's about to explode.
He's like,
Can I kiss your mom?
like, just think about like how long mono makes people like physically like bad.
Apparently forever.
Yeah, it was fucking like 2 weeks. Like, get out there,
Yeah, Mikey was
play
saying,
NFL football.
Yeah, Mikey was saying that like you get like kind of like it was Epstein Barr and you just like get like
Mikey said he was home for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I hope honestly what the Jets should do is just IR Sam Darnold. Just
Yeah.
put him on the fucking IR.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. You weren't going anywhere this year with him. You're not going to go
And this is where, if we got the Cincinnati people to turn it off, this is where I'm going to get all the Jets fans to turn it off. Because y'all motherfuckers want to give us so much shit that year. You idiots didn't take a quarterback. You took a running back. Not only did he win Rookie of the Year, my guy's coming back in 2 weeks from his thing. Your guy's got fucking mono. Fuck you.
he lost like
Fuck
40
you.
pounds.
Yeah.
He lost so much weight. It's like noticeable.
He's going to, like, come out with a walker, like, out to the field to take the huddle. Like.
One cane on one side,
Yeah.
on the other.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Jets fans. Like, I feel bad for y'all.
No, yeah, I do. I think this is.
You thought you had found your answer. Now he's got mono. Like, y'all got Le'Veon Bell.
This is what you do, Jets. The Jets in total. You fucking tank this season. You sign another quarterback to back up Joey. What's his name?
You think they're... Oh, dude, how much are they missing McCown?
Oh, a lot,
Right?
a lot. But also Mark Sanchez.
So that's the thing. Then they had Simeon, and Simeon got hurt.
Yeah, look. You tank it. You put him on the IR. You just lose out, and then you got a high draft pick, and you trade that draft pick for 2 other picks, and you get offensive fucking linemen.
Yeah.
You protect Sam Darnold,
That's-
and then you get
You know what,
Le'Veon Bell.
you know what I
going.
will say, though? Rolling the dice a little bit here. Went and picked up Robbie Anderson in fantasy. Because they're saying Darnold's coming back next week. I think... Got to make a move here. I think him and Anderson have the repertoire.
I would think
if I can
any
get...
Jets player right now in fantasy is poison.
Well, not right now. But in a week or two, maybe.
I still think that's a poison team.
The team is poison. Winning doesn't equate to fantasy points. It's a
helps.
PPR league. It's a PPR league. If Darnold's just throwing the ball to
but
Anderson,
Darnold,
I'd produce.
I don't think Darnold's gonna play. I honestly think they just do this as a smokescreen. Be like,
You think it's like a luck thing?
yeah, it's like they're gonna say, oh, Sam might play, so people will prepare for Sam, and then they'll throw, create a player quarterback, and then
People fucking revolt.
it doesn't matter. Like what's the worst that's gonna happen with the Jets? They're not gonna go to games. People already don't go to games.
That's true. But I don't know. Whatever. He's riding my bench, if anything. But The fact, because I'm preparing to eat a loss this week because I have the Lions on bye and I have Kenny Galladay and Carry-On. So you're talking about my top picks in the draft were Saquon Barkley, Carry-On Johnson, Kenny Galladay, and Antonio Brown. So
You're not really...
Antonio Brown's not on my team. The other three are either injured or on bye this week.
Yikes!
It's going to be a rough week.
You could come back.
You're hoping to break.
You know what's
triple
bad?
digits.
You know what's bad when you're streaming a quarterback and your top options are which one do I want, Jimmy Garoppolo or Baker Mayfield?
That's
Because somebody beat me to Jacoby Brissett on the waiver, so I was like, this is my choice now. So I'm preparing to eat the loss this week, and hopefully I come back next week to Barkley, Johnson, Galladay. Hopefully Marquise Brown does something like he did the first 2 fucking weeks.
You just come roaring
Like,
back.
as much as Lamar Jackson's flaying it around, where's my goddamn fantasy points?
Oh shit! It's Cleveland, San Francisco, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was
Yeah.
like, which one do I pick in the matchup? I went Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, I went with Jimmy G.
Too bad. Too
Bobby,
bad.
that's your fantasy team.
Yeah.
Can't be worse than mine.
I'm doing. Honestly, I expected to do a little bit better last week, but week 1, I actually I ruined that myself because I actually. Oh damn! Never mind. Week 1, I killed it. It was week 2. Because I'm pretty sure.
I haven't looked at my team in a
Oh,
while.
damn, I'm fucking great.
I won
No,
every
except
week.
week 1 I pulled out with Mahomes had a good week.
Wait, who's on your team?
Alvin Kamara, Henry for the who's that? Derrick Henry.
T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
O.J. Howard.
Chris Carson. And I've been jumping back and forth with
He's
the
the Bills'
defenses.
defense too. It's like he's in a fucking league by himself. That's crazy.
But let's see. Week 1, I just absolutely ran away with it. Week 2, Kamara didn't really show up. 45 yards, 7 points.
Okay. That's when I think Breeze broke his hand.
Yeah, and they O.J. Howard didn't play week 2, so.
Who's on your bench? So you got
Shepard.
Sterling Shepard.
I've got the Rothers. That's just.
Get rid of
I'm
him.
probably not going to need him.
You
done
got
for the
They're not
season.
even going to put him out, are they?
Yeah.
Roethlisberger?
He's
done for the year.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
Yeah, get him off there.
McCoy, that's good. Shady McCoy, that's a good flex player.
Yeah.
That John Brown
Yeah, I think so.
from the
John Brown from the Bills.
Bills. That's a big threat. Like it's a big wide receiver threat.
Yep.
Yeah, get rid of Ben Roethlisberger. You don't need him.
Yeah.
Only get a quarterback on Mahomes' bye week because you're not going to be like, whoa, who am I going to play this week?
Originally, that's why I picked up Roethlisberger.
Yeah, no.
Because I didn't think I was going to, like...
You only need one quarterback with Mahomes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're never gonna question it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Want to do a little studs and duds?
Yeah, Studs and Duds. We could do Studs and Duds. Studs and Duds are a weekly famous segment where we cast judgment on people who have better jobs than us.
Yep. People that will beat us in every facet of being athletic on whether they were good at being athletic or bad on being athletic.
Their being bad at athletic is us doing our absolute greatest.
Yeah.
So
And collapsing after.
let's judge. Let's judge them.
Brian, who's your stud of the week?
Stud of the week. I'm gonna go. Give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna go with. Shit! I should have prepared. Why didn't I prepare? I'm so unprofessional. So unprofessional. Oh my god! I'm so
Bring it in,
unprofessional.
Andrew.
My boy Nick Chubb.
Hey!
I was literally going to, concur with that one.
I honestly.
I don't want to say it, but...
I love Nick
I was
Chubb.
there too, yeah.
Nick Chubb. I'm a Chubb guy. I'm a chubby.
Brian's got a chub.
Brian's got a chub.
I got a chub for
I want to
chub.
rub for Chubb. So, like, I've been a Chubb supporter since fucking day one.
Yep.
I think he's
The day the Browns left him at the airport,
Hard Knocks.
I fell in love.
Yeah, they send a whole fucking welcoming wagon to get Baker Mayfield and his goofy friend, but Nick Chubb picks up his own bag and gets like calls an Uber,
Yeah.
and he's gonna carry that team because they just realized that like, oh shit, for our passing game to work, our running game has to be good too. So he's gonna open it up for everybody. I for the Browns to be good, I want Nick Chubb to be good so the Browns can be good.
I'm going to blindly assume that's where all of our gaps came from in the Ravens defense because we were so worried about the line. And,
You got poked
Nick
by a Chubb. That's what happened. It's like, what's that I feel? It's a little Chubb.
Lamar got chubbed.
But, Andrew, what do you think?
Well, it would be Chubb, but he's already off the board. So if I had to choose who my stud of the week was going to be, gonna throw a wild card out there. Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Not always high on Jameis.
Crab
I
cakes
think he
and
has
sexual assault.
I think he has these games.
That's how you do football.
I think he has these games, and everyone thinks he's for real, and then he disappears again.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that. What I will say is you stood toe-to-toe with what's considered one of the best teams in the NFL, and you got the job done.
That's right.
That's more than I could say for a lot of quarterbacks
In their
out there.
hometown.
In their domain, you got the job done.
In their college stadium.
Jameis Winston, for probably the only time on this show, you are my stud of the week.
There you go. Grab him by the pussy. Is that he said that, right?
Yikes! I don't
He
think
said something like that.
I don't think he said that.
That's the wrong.
I think that was our president.
It might have-
I think that's who you're thinking of.
Calvin Coolidge?
Yeah, he said that.
God damn
it
it!
sounds about right.
I can't wait for in 15 years when we're the #1 rated sports show, and then someone pulls up that isolated clip of Bryan
Absolutely.
saying that, and then
Who needs
get him off the show.
Who needs context?
As I see it, if somebody laughs at it, it's funny to me.
Exactly.
Yep.
Bobby,
Don't be afraid to tell jokes. Be afraid that the jokes are bad.
who you got?
Well, like I said, Chubbs was up there. But I will say,
It's also said a hell of a word.
Chubbs are up there.
The Chubb is up there.
Poking through.
It's up there.
He's slowly it's uncomfortable sometimes.
I will say the most impressed I was from trying to get back in this week with football, just watching Godwin and Winston. Specifically Godwin, but Winston made it happen, and Godwin just continued with it. Because every time
got our Tampa Bay boys
You know
over
what?
here.
every time he went up the front line, if you left him 5 yards of moving room, it ended terribly for you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give you Jameis because I had another one I was thinking about. So I'll let you have Jameis and Godwin. I'm going to come up with
the
another
Buccaneer
one.
boy.
Yeah. I'm going to erase Jameis, fill in another thing. A little bit of a tragedy here, but Ryan Connolly, linebacker for the New York Giants, came out, had I don't know if he started in the game or if we brought him in. He did, right?
Yeah.
Came out as the rookie and looked like the best linebacker we have had in years. Had was it a pick six or was it just an interception?
Just an interception.
It was just a pick, 1 sack, and I think 5 or 6 tackles. Looked unstoppable, and then he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So unfortunate, but
I do have a stud of the week.
Okay.
It's also another Chubb.
Look at this.
Bradley Chubb.
Look at this.
How many Chubbs?
So many Chubbs. I've just got a pants full of Chubbs.
It's a week of Chubbs. Brian's got 2 Chubbs.
2 Chubbs for the price of 1. But Bradley Chubb outside a great game. He had Denver broke their sack drought. I think he had 2 sacks, a couple of big tackles. Tore his ACL and went back in and played the rest of the game.
Jesus.
He didn't realize he tore his ACL until the next day.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, I think I hurt my knee," and then he finished the game, and then and once the adrenaline stopped, he's like, "My knee fucking hurts."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
he's one hard Chubb. I gotta give him credit. He's a tough Chubb.
He's a
to
rock
rub
hard
out.
Chubb.
Yeah. It's a rock hard Chubb.
Get a badge of honor for that one.
Yeah,
He-
that's a
he
prize
thought he-
winning Chubb.
he was riding the bench when he hurt his knee, but then he stood at full mast and got back in the game.
Just snapped it. Yeah, but Bradley Chubb, Nick Chubb, the Chubbs, not related. Just 2
Related
Chubbs.
in spirit.
Yeah, 2 Chubbs tussing each other.
Touches
2 Chubbs.
2 Chubbs.
Boys, it's time for game of the week.
Oh, I thought about Duds.
Oh, we didn't do
Duds.
duds. Yeah.
Duds.
Chubbs and duds.
Chubbs.
That's our new segment.
Here's a big chode.
Studs, Chubbs, and duds.
Here's the biggest chode on the field. Kirk Cousins. Fuck
Yep.
you. Fuck you. $84 million guaranteed.
That's a big one.
There's other quarterbacks better than you got getting jobs.
I'm going to say my dud of the week is Jay Gruden. The fact that you brought Haskins in to try to save your job when that's probably not what you should have done. I think you look like a fool, and you look like you're really Ben McAdooed it. So you're going to be out of you're a McAdoofus. You're going to be out of a job soon. And as a severance package, you are my dud of the week.
Hey. Bobby.
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 Not to detract from his pretty stellar game, but Goff dudded it in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's tough. He played a little sloppy.
The interceptions are what killed him, and what would have otherwise been a stellar game, he kind of just threw it away.
You can't look like Ryan Gosling and get everything.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
It's true.
All right, now we're gonna do our picks for the next week's games.
I'm gonna come in hot here with a wild card because there's one game I think is gonna go off the board real quick. So I'm actually gonna pivot, And I'm going to go what I think is going to be a phenomenal defensive showdown
Oh boy.
in the Bills versus the Titans.
Bills and tights.
I'm going 2 weeks in a row. I'm going Bills as my game of the week, baby.
Andrew's Bills mob.
Yeah.
Is the Bills your Dolphins of this?
I'm sticking with the AFC East. Yeah, I don't think they're going to win it all, but I mean, I always love the Bills,
Right.
man.
Bills
They're one of those
Mafia.
teams you really just rally behind.
Bills mob.
I'm going to go a little simple on my score here. I'm going to go 21-14. I think the Bills take it.
Okay.
I think the Bills are going to up the Titans here, and I'm excited for it. They're for real this year.
They are. Bobby, you can pick 2 games, but game can't be
Yeah.
your team.
I always,
I will-
as a Parker pick'em, I always do one, but
Yeah.
you're more than
Well-
welcome to do 2.
As a rival game, as it always has been, Ravens Steelers is going to always be fun because those two.
Oh, we didn't tell
those
them the
two
golden rule.
Yeah.
fandoms.
So
We forgot to tell you the golden rule.
What's
You
the
can't choose your own team.
Well, I wasn't saying that as an actual choice.
He's
I
just-
just wanted to
Okay,
mention
okay.
it as.
So
a,
he's
as a-
just saying, people turn your TVs on to the
Yeah, if
the
your
Ravens
TV
Steelers.
happens to be on when the Ravens play
Yeah.
the Steelers, you're not going to regret it.
There's always going to be blood on the line there. But I'd say the biggest spectacle for me, which I'm going to enjoy watching, is Patriots Redskins.
Just the
So like it's just gonna be history of just seeing.
a Thanksgiving classic of the Patriots versus the Redskins
It's just a
and
mistreatment.
decimating them.
Exactly.
It's
how
just a
it usually
mistreatment
ends.
of the Native Americans.
Wait, is it in Washington?
Yes.
They're going to decimate them on their own land?
It's at the end of the game. It's gonna be Patriot. It's gonna be Gillette Stadium too. They're
And then
gonna
all the Redskins are
they're gonna
sick next
buy
week?
they're gonna buy it for $24 and some fucking priceless rubies.
Oh,
that's the
boy.
one that they're gonna get me in
Yeah,
10 years.
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Brian's insensitivity.
So this one's gonna be a wild one. So my 2 picks. My first one, the Sunday Night Football game, Indy, Kansas City.
That was the one I had a feeling.
I think that's gonna be a fun game, but a game I really think is gonna be some wet and wild, chubby action. Arizona, Cincinnati.
Woo!
Someone's walking out with a win,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Someone's got to win.
or they're gonna tie. But I
I think
think
they end up tying just for that fact.
it's gonna
Arizona
be.
gets their second tie of the season.
Yeah, they only tie. They never win.
We didn't lose, guys.
We didn't win either. I think that might be. It could be a fun game because it could teams just like emptying out their bags. That's
Yeah.
two new. It's 2 new head coaches. Kyler Murray's doing all right. I would love to see just some excitement coming out of Cincinnati.
I will say, I think this week all the primetime games look to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night we have Rams Seahawks. Sunday night Colts Chiefs. And then Monday's not too bad, and Browns 49ers. Pretty like even ground as far as teams.
I was going to ask,
think.
what do you guys think? What do you guys think of that game? Like with the Browns coming up with some actual weapons.
I mean,
I think San Francisco's gonna win.
I
they're-
think, listen, the Browns are riding high right now. I think San Francisco's going to watch the tape and be like, we should stop the running back, and that'll probably win them the game. Because
Just
the
shutting
Browns,
down the running
yeah,
game.
We should
make them pass the ball.
We should make them score less points than us.
Yeah.
And we should score more
We
points.
should
than
probably
That's a perfect
tackle the running
strategy.
back and let him run for less than like 250 yards
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck he did.
Yeah. I mean, also Leonard Fournette had a great week this week, so you don't want to forget him. I do think also the Dallas Green Bay game is going to be a little fun too.
Yeah.
Both teams look like I think they both need a win now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I liked Saints Dallas. I thought it was a defensive showdown.
Yep.
It was interesting seeing Dallas go against a real team.
We are 4 weeks too late on a Sean Lee injury.
It's like we said last week, where I was like, not that I'm saying they're like a fake team, but like, are they for real? And it's
Right.
like now they're playing some competition, and it's going to continue.
Yep.
You know, one loss doesn't break them, but now they go into Green Bay.
Yep.
Is it in Green Bay?
It is in Green
It
Bay.
is in Green
No,
Bay.
it's in Dallas.
Okay, so but they have to play Green Bay, and it's another team of, are they for real now?
Yep.
Let's see.
All right. I think that is it.
That is it. Bobby, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Appreciate you bringing me on.
As always, we'll start it with you. Where can the good people find you on social media?
Damn, got to cut me off guard there.
You're like, what the hell is my
Nowhere.
social media?
In a link that I'll probably send later. I don't really have anything offhand.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Brian?
You can find me over at Movie Man Pod on Twitter, at Movie Man Podcast on Instagram, also at Movie Man Podcast on Sundays. This week we're doing Batman 89 because we don't want to do the Joker because everyone's going to do the Joker.
And if you didn't get enough this week, check out last week's episode.
That's
talking
right.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
Was
and then it spirals into me just talking about my vacation.
That's
for like
right.
30
Andrew
minutes.
came on the show. It was a lot of fun.
Tell me, you talked about the bendy straws.
Yes.
We did.
Those
Yeah,
were
we had
For a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, I had a movie Mayhem first on the show.
Hmm.
Dropped them off some souvenirs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so now
yeah.
we're not going to let anybody into
Yeah, nobody
the
else.
studio without
you have to bring,
without a gift.
You have to bring movie memorabilia now.
It has to be something.
Yeah.
Has to
Started
be
it.
something that has to be expensive.
$15 I spent
Ooh,
on those
right.
cups.
That's
That's a
the limit.
$30 investment in movie Mayhem.
It's a $10 or more. It's like your shitty office Christmas party.
Yeah.
$10 or more. Like that's it.
Yeah. Well, you can find me Parks X Core. That's about it for now. Nothing really crazy going on right now. No shows coming up for another month or so. So that's about it.
Also, you can get us on Pick Less Pod on Twitter and Pick Less Podcast on Instagram.
That's
baby.
right. Which reminds me, we should take a picture with Bobby for the Instagram.
We should probably do that.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a little photo shoot, and we will see y'all next week.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
when the Giants beat the Vikings. Pretty
Yeah,
awesome
if we
too.
go 3-2, 3-2, 3-2.